So I'm gonna go over some quick tricks with the auction house. Okay. I use the auctioneer add-on, which where are we? The auctioneer add-on. That's the one that I found to be the best because it has a lot of different things, um, including say I'm gonna sell an item. Okay, it'll show here, but it'll also show my history. So like I have a lot of items here that I've sold. Okay, so right now you'll see right here, and then I can go to my history, and this is what I've sold it at. So last week I was selling at 55. This week I throw it at 37. That's a lot of people getting into the same thing I'm doing, so it is what it is. This will show you the price history. It's just a really good add-on. So big thing to notice is that people try to drop prices. So we've all seen this. Just don't quickly put your items up there because people are going to list a low price. You auto post it. They buy it from you and relist it at a higher price because they're just working the market. I'm not a huge fan of that sniping. That was the reason why we were having a lot of issues with the auction house previously, where you just couldn't buy an item. Okay, so on here, what I do is, so say I'm going to list an item. So we go up here. I'll look at the different prices. What I'll do is I'll look at the big stack. Okay, if there's an item that's only got a couple up here, let me see if I can find one. Let's here, right here. Okay, so you'll see the drop because somebody really undercut it by 50 gold. All right, these items are gonna sell. The market is really good right now. It's the same way here. So you'll see that there's a giant drop of like 10 gold. All right, but you can also see the drop here is a 4 gold. So what I'm going to do is I would click on this and I would list it here and then I'd post it. Okay, so oh, that's great. So not a big deal either way. So what ends up happening is if I post it a little higher, okay, right here, I'm going to post it right here. This will, so mine will sell before this one in the listing, but these will all have to sell ahead of time. But because there's so much demand in the market for this, like I could probably make it higher, but I want my items to sell and I want to make a profit. So what I do is I post it right there. Okay, and it will sell. But I won't lose out on the money because these other people decided to undercut for whatever reason. So that's something. So when I have like stuff like this, okay, I've got a giant stack. I've got 24K in this item. All right. So what I'm going to want to do is you'll see this person undercut to make money. So once again, fixed stack right here, and then I post it. And that's what I do with all of my items I'm going to sell. That's just, as I said, you got to watch out. And also sometimes if I look at my history and I've been selling an item at a certain amount, so you'll see like today I sold it like 13 for 17, but everything else has been above 20. So that means that right now the market's a little flooded. And if I come back tonight, midday, I can check on it. I can sell it for a higher price. When you're dealing with high numbers, 2 gold really makes a huge difference. I mean, right now, if I sold these for 15, it's 24, and then for 18, I'm at 27. It makes a huge difference. So if you're doing with high amounts, you're going to want to make sure that you're smart about when you sell it. All right. So what else? So when obviously you can do favorites. So if there's certain items that you're going to watch, I just put them on my favorites bar. Like right now, this I want to get, I'm watching the lowest level one because I want to have some for my guild. But you'll see that they cost a lot to make, way more than this. I've already done the research. So it's the same way with different potions. Like there's no reason that you need the highest level potion. I mean, yes, if you're doing cutting edge stuff, great. I'm not going to spend that much. So what I do is I favorite and I watch this item. Now, another thing that you could do is if you're like, all right, this item's going to sell a lot of, and I could buy this out and then repost it for 28 and it will sell. There's all kinds of items like that you can find. Currently, I know that this item is going to skyrocket starting next week. So I'm watching it because I know that people are going to be buying these like candy. So my plan is I don't plan on flipping them unless they go up. They'll probably go up to about 250 to 300 a piece starting next week. There's a lot of items that are going to be that way. So right now, the potion market is going to be ridiculous. Everything is going to go up for the first week because everybody's going to be raiding. They're going to be placing enchants really quickly. So that's like right now is a good time to stock up on your own ingredients, or you could even buy low, sell high. Or another point is that if you know, like I'll probably do this week and I'll recommend that to my guildies, is I'm going to buy all of my enchants for gear I'm going to replace next week. Because you're going to replace, if you are going to be doing M+, regular, and heroic, like M+ 0 every single day is going to reset. So you're just going to be grinding zeros all week. I will be. And so you're going to be placing like all of your gear. So these enchants are going to only go up in price. So you could easily buy enchants for each slot, have it booked over. That way you're all set to save on money. But same sense, you could buy them and then flip them on the auction house later. It all depends what you want to do. What I usually do is, so the good thing about professions, okay? If you go through, it'll tell you, okay, what profit you can make on these, okay? You will see that, wow, you can make no money on any of these. What's going on? If you have your own mats, if you do higher degree, you'll see here, if you higher up it, it's going to be worth more. If you go, because everybody can make the simple one, okay? You'll see on the auction house, it makes a big difference, okay? Like this one right here, this one's been really good. So I've been making this one and selling this on a regular basis because I can make a little money off it. If it procs, I make even more. If I use this, I make even more. So this is only one of the few items that actually has a positive benefit from alchemy. So if you specialize into things, you can do stuff. Either way, I think I talked a lot. So I have lots of tricks to make money. One of the other things that I do is that, like with cooking, okay, you can, if you go in here, you can see the profit on each item. What you're going to want to do to make sure it's accurate is you're going to want to go to regions. Okay, so like right now, I'd go under cooking. We want current expansion only. I'll do search. Okay, this works for all of them. You're going to go through and look at all of them now before you start doing this. So what that's going to do is it's going to update in here. Okay, so right here you'll see that with an 8 gold profit. So we'll go back up, go to cooking, and obviously I've already updated this. So you'll go through and you can see like all the prices have updated. Okay, so what I can do is, not all these items will sell. Okay. Yeah, this is 10 days old. I'd have to look it up. So then we're going to look up, I feel like we're getting you way off thing, but I'm going to do it anyway. Sorry. If you're done watching, thanks for visiting. Hopefully you got some good stuff out of it. I'm going to continue for everybody else. So if you go under food and drink, okay, so obviously if it's enchanting, we do the same exact thing. So we're going to go, we look up, these are all the food and drink. I scroll all the way to the bottom. Okay, now that's going to refresh all of my cooking recipes. So we're going to come back in here in cooking, and you will see now that it did update, right? It said 8 gold before, and right now it's saying I'm making a 4 gold profit off of each. All right, now this is not if I proc. So if I proc with extra, then that's just, or if I save on regents. So this is how I made like 1 million gold last expansion. I cooked my way to the top, right? So we go through here, and and I bought the ingredients, I cooked up a bunch, and then I sold it, right? Now, you're like, oh, but it's super competitive. It's hard to sell some of these items because people are posting it. So if you're gonna do food, you can do any item. Really, there's a trick to it. Okay, so let's say we go under here and we want to sell some leather, right? All right. So people are gonna constantly undercut. Leather's not as much. Food is a little more. Okay, so what I would do is under this add-on, you can set it up so that you can affect how many you're going to list per thing. So you can affect the max that you're going to sell. So if we go under here, I have it set for 50. There's a reason for that. You can set it up for more. You can adjust it. That's fine. So what you do is you post it. All right, I've got enough of this. So I post it. Sure. Okay. Now we can say, you can see that I'm selling it here. So if we go here to auctions, you can see that we're selling this. Now I can cancel auction here, no problem. And then so if I see that somebody undercuts me, so I'll go right here. Okay, no one's undercut me. But if I had, I could right click on it, it will just cancel the auction. That's why I like this app. And then I can repost it, and then it'll undercut theirs. You don't need to adjust your pricing. That's not necessary. What happens is the next post is the first one that sells. That way you could be competitive. So the newest posting sells first. So what I would do is I would cancel that one, post this one. So what I do, like say if I'm doing cooking, I'll find 5 dishes that are selling really well for a profit. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll post one, go to the next one, post that one. So I'll just be like, okay, click this one, post this one. Go to this one, post this one. Go back. Oh, somebody undercut me. Get rid of it, put it up. Now, normally it's super annoying, but it's a game you have to play to sell, to make markets on certain things because there's just so many people trying to work the market. So during prime time, things sell pretty quick, and that's great. As you see, I'm selling some stuff. Mostly money I'm making right now is from alchemy. I've made about 500K in the last week. I'm not hardcore it. Crafting is mostly tips. But I as I said, like I haven't been working in the market because I have other stuff I'm worried about. So back to like gearing up for next week and routes and that stuff. So once again, other tips. If you're doing, say, like I just said, like you're selling potions and you're selling food. If you go through and you're selling it during prime time, you're gonna have a lot. You're gonna be going through a lot of stuff. So, like, say at night, when kids get out of school, people get out of work, it's prime time. So you're gonna go through and people are gonna be selling stuff. It's a great time to sell, but you're gonna basically be posting, checking other posts, going back, removing, reposting, going to the box, picking it back up, and then it's a cycle. If there's just like, if you're competing with a couple people, it's fine. If you're competing with like a lot of people and it's just ridiculous, don't waste your money. Walk away, come back later on at say 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. People are going to be rating. There's less competition. Sell stuff then. It will go. Just post it up. Come back. Check it out. Not a problem in between M pluses or whatever you're doing. Also, just put stuff up before bed. It will sell. It's not a big deal. It just depends on the time of day and how many people are being competitive with food and potions and that kind of stuff. If they drop your price down so low because people like to price cut, you got to watch for it. It's the same thing. When you post, if you're doing this post game, somebody will post it for like 1 gold. Watch your prices. When people are trying to do that, don't fall for their tricks. A big thing, like I said earlier, like I will go through here and I will click on, like if they do I don't know if they have any right now where people are doing some shenanigans. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it looks like some of their stuff is stopped, which is wonderful because it was really annoying before. All right, so like here, you'll see that it's low. I'm gonna make sure I click on here whenever I see that, like right here. Oh my gosh, it's really low. I might have to buy that. So, but you'll see this. Yeah, you want to go to the 2000 posting and post that. You'll see that a lot with the food, the same exact thing. Somebody's gonna, when it's flying off the shelf, someone's gonna be like, oh, I don't know what mod they're using to buy it out really quickly, but they'll click on it and then do it, and then they won't. You know what I mean? But I am definitely going to buy that. So if we go through here, search that up real quick. See, it's already gone. It doesn't take very long for it to go when they do that low price because they just snipe it out. All right, kind of went all over the place there. Hopefully some of that stuff was helpful.